Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review. This time out, I'll be reviewing The Giant Behemoth from 1958, and this is a surprisingly good, in most ways, British production from 1958. It is very typical of the 1950s atomic age monster movies. This one features some stop-motion animation from Willis O'Brien, who was made famous by King Kong. And this one came in a box set called Cult Camp Classics Volume 1 Sci-Fi Thrillers. And this one really, I don't think, fits as a camp classic because it's not very campy. That's not to say it's a great film, but it approaches its material with a relatively surprising amount of seriousness. It's almost an environmental mystery movie at the beginning, as these two scientists, played by Gene Evans and Andre Morell, attempt to solve the mystery of what's killing these people in a coastal British town. The people who are dying exhibit symptoms that look very similar to what was found in Hiroshima when the United States dropped the atomic bomb. And they just can't figure out what's going on. And the movie takes pains to sort of walk us through the process of investigation on how they try to determine where and what is killing the different people in this coastal town. It's very interesting and very surprising the way the movie starts off. It takes great pains to show us all these details of the investigation. It is in the latter part of the film, when the creature is finally revealed on screen, that the film sort of falters a little bit. I did some digging on the special effects work in the film and found that Willis O'Brien was sort of subcontracted for this film by someone else, was given 6 weeks to do the work, and the budget, according to what I read, was about $5,000 for the effects work alone. So it appears like it should, kind of rushed and not real high quality. And due to the budget constraints, you can actually see one scene repeated, I think 3 times, where the creature steps on a car and crushes it. The movie is kind of interesting because it is one of 3 films directed by Eugene Lourie that tells essentially the same story with minor details. You had 1953's The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, 1958's The Giant Behemoth, this film, and then 1961's Gorgo, all which depict monsters from the sea coming out and attacking a city, more or less along the same thematical guidelines, I guess. This movie, like I said, it's no great film. The one thing that sets it apart from the other movies of its ilk is the fact that it takes the material somewhat seriously and does pay such a great amount of attention to the detail of the investigative process at the beginning. Again, it just falls apart in the latter half, where the monster has to take center stage, and really the effects work just can't handle the weight of that responsibility. The DVD does feature commentary by Dennis Muren and Phil Tippett, both who are contemporary stop-motion animators. I listened to a real quick snippet of it. It seemed fairly lively, at least at the beginning, but I did not listen to the whole thing. I probably will go back and watch the movie with the commentary turned on. So if you're looking for a special feature to recommend it along with the film, it's worth picking up. So if I had to give the movie a rating, I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. It's, like I said, no great shakes, but it is interesting if you're a fan of the genre and like classic science fiction / monster movies from the 1950s. So that's my review of The Giant Behemoth from 1958. And as always, feel free to rate, comment, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you aboard. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.